I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push the mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts. I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Took until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control.
Well, welcome to the No Doubt Sports Show, man. Your boy Big Face, and of course, with my partner, the illustrious current welterweight BKFC champion of the world, also No Doubt Trout. What's up, my brother?
What's up, Big Face, man? I'm happy to be here. Thank y'all for tuning in. What we got today, man?
Hey, man, well, we got a lot. First of all, I'm gonna say, what's up, man? I hope you're feeling well, brother. How's everything over there in the Austin Trout universe today?
Everything's gravy. Everybody's healthy for the most part. We had some cold out here in Houston, so with the cold comes the sickness, and my house went through it, but we good now.
Yeah, everybody been going through it, man. My kids, everybody around here getting sick, man. We've been battling through it. So very, very busy fight weekend this weekend, man. And who better to bring? I understand you got a very famous guest that you're going to be talking to today. We can talk about some of these fights with him. Who you got coming on here, Austin?
Listen, man, I got my brother, and he's actually, let's start off with some of the recent stuff he's done. He's the author and the owner of USS Comics. He made me into a
that is dope, man. That is so dope, bro.
And before we could talk about that later, but I really want to talk about it now. I love my powers. And he's made a bunch of comics with a lot of fighters. Danny Garcia, Mansoor, hardcore Mansoor is a character. He's one of my Hebrew Israelite brothers. He actually pointed me to the direction of some real good teachers that's helped further my spiritual journey. And he's also a former world champion. Let's talk to my brother, Steve, USS Cunningham.
Hey, salute. Welcome to the show, USS Cunningham.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah. Steve, what's happening, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just relaxing, enjoying life, man. Trying to grow more, fight a little more.
Man, you still trying to fight? OG.
Yeah, always, man. I'm always fighting.
Well,
I'm always training.
Either side.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I mean, I don't know if
like a man, like a young man.
Yeah, he looks like Steve look like I say he still could whoop your ass.
Hey.
What's your diet, bro? How you do that?
Man, I my main thing is just trying to stay away from like the sugars, man. Anything like really with the refined sugars. Drink a lot of water. And the work regimen just has to be consistent. That's it, I keep a consistent workout regimen, like at least every other day I'm really doing something. I'm working hard, hitting the bag, or I'm running, rowing machine. I sprint with my boys,
Okay.
Man, I get it in, man. I get it in with them. They help actually keep me motivated because, Junior's 22.
Okay.
And, I've been sparring with him for about 5-6 years. And, there has been times when it's been like, oh man, he turned up on me a little bit, so I had to level up. But
so 5 years you've been sparring with Junior.
Yeah,
I'm sure the first year you was just tapping young boy, right?
Yeah, yep.
How's he looking now? Year 5.
Oh man, he looks good, man. I mean, he looks good. Like where I have to be on point defense wise. Offense wise, I know I can just walk him down, and because I'm bigger. And I'm more wiser in the ring. But so I box him. I stay at distance and box him, or go in close and work fast punches. But man, I'm telling you the truth. There was one time. This was probably like 2 years ago. There was one time I sparred Junior, and bro was on Superman that day. He was on God level that day. I mean, I was boop, like, oh shoot, like, and I tried to get him, and he kept touching me. So. I was like, yeah, he ready, man. He ready. He nice, So, but now I also got my 14-year-old Cruz.
Okay. Yeah.
He's getting tall, And I'm about to start sparring him this month. It's going to happen.
So we see why Steve stays in shape. He's really working out so he doesn't get his ass whooped by his son.
Yeah, facts.
I get it. You take off, he's coming.
Facts.
No doubt. I feel you, man. So Cruz, you have how many children you got?
4. I got Kennedy, my daughter, Kennedy. She's 20, she'll be 20 this year.
Dang.
And, yeah, I know, man.
She's gonna be 20.
20.
If you don't mind telling a story about Kennedy, she's a survivor too.
Yeah, no doubt.
And she made 20 years, bro. That's great, miracle baby.
Yeah, that's what's up. She, born with the underdeveloped heart. First day of her life, she had an open heart surgery. Second surgery was first day, man. Then she had to have another open heart surgery like 8 months later. And then when she turned 9, she was supposed to have another surgery. Children's Hospital of Philly said there's nothing they can do for us. Take her home, make her comfortable. So we came out here to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh Children's Hospital said we'll do it. And boom. 10 years ago, man, we got a heart transplant for my baby. She's upstairs right now. Got a cold in bed.
Wow.
So she's doing great, man. But I got her, Junior, Cruz, and I, my 8-year-old Messiah.
Okay, I remember the baby. He ain't a baby no more.
He ain't no baby no more, man. He getting big and skinny and long. So that's all the kids I got right now.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. So we are almost exact opposite because I got 3 girls, 1 boy. My oldest is 22 as well.
Oh, okay.
22, 14, and 6. So almost exactly the same.
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, you guys were roaming the circle about the same time, winning your world championships in the same era. Did you ever cross paths while you guys were active? I know you won your title a little bit later, Austin, than Steve's first title. Steve, you get me correct. You won the USBA heavyweight title at one point, and you won the IBF. Was it IBF Cruiser?
Yeah, I won that twice.
Well, that's right. Two-time world champion. I'm gonna have to correct myself in that intro.
Oh no, that's cool.
You should have corrected. I would have corrected me. That's 2-time, man.
2-time, baby. That ain't nothing.
and not. I mean, of course, I watched. Especially when I was coming up, I was always watching everybody and coming up. But yeah, Steve was a little bit ahead of me because he wasn't coming up. He was definitely established while I was coming up. And I never forget. I saw when he floored Tyson Fury.
Yes, round 2, right? Yeah,
round 2. And I don't know how it looked like how when Wilder knocked him out. You know what I mean? His head hit the floor. He was just asleep, and then he just kind of came to.
Yeah. Fury,
hey man, you looked really strong in that fight for sure, man.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
And he looked so small too compared.
Yes,
to he
looked so long up against you, man. But you them punches were there. He definitely felt it. And he was on the Rogan podcast I saw where he said you were the toughest fight he ever had in his career.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was just like, okay, gave him his props for that. Even though I'm like, Fury's a bullshitter, he's full of shit, but. For him to say that out loud, I was like, hey, man, that's what's up. I mean, everybody saw what he did and how he had to win. I don't have to repeat it, but
he really had to dig deep, and
he had to, and that was a good testament for me because even in loss, man, I've gotten so many accolades from that fight, so much.
Yes.
I've made money from that fight, commentating gigs, and I've got this, I've got that because of my performance in that loss, so. Man, it's just great. I'm happy to have fights that will get played after I'm done, after I'm gone too. You know what I mean? Like, and I remember being a little boy and I'm watching Joe Louis. I'm watching these old school guys, Jackie Robinson. I'm watching them fight these great fights, and here I am now. I have some of those type of fights that live forever. I have a few of those out there, and it's just dope, man.
No doubt. I mean, speaking of one of your most recent fights was a great fight with you and Andrew Tabiti.
Yeah,
I was there. That was, I mean, the whole card was good, but y'all really set it off. And I remember, the main event wasn't as good as your fight.
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, Tabiti was he's a young man. he was already like leery of me, you know, of course, because of the resume. And I already knew his coaches were telling him, yo, you about to fight the guy who knocked Tyson Fury down. You know, they were hyping him up, but they were actually scaring him too, you know. So when he got in there, I could see it in his eyes, man. And I think by the end of that first round, he threw a lazy jab and I countered it with a powerful right hand and it landed and his eyes got so big, it was unbelievable. That dude, from that point on, I started chasing him to fight, and then when we would connect, he grabbed me. I'd never been held in a fight like that hard in my life. I lie to you not, and I'm not trying to make fun of Tabiti. All respect to Andrew, you know, good job. He did his thing. He got the W that night, you know, even though some thought he shouldn't have. But congrats. But telling the truth, it was the tightest hold I ever had in my life. So, you know, just running around trying to land and catch him. That turned out to be the night. I was matching him speed for speed, and you know, man, hey, I you know, it was just a good night.
Well, and I want to interject real quick, Austin, right here. USS, man. Speaking of that, in 2017, you fought Tabiti, and I was talking to Austin off camera. He definitely thought you won. A lot of pundits thought you won that fight. Looking at the fight, looked like you won the fight. Then you went on. You took a few years break. You fought Frank Mir in his first professional fight, and you beat him. So does knowing that you looked so good the last time you fought, and Tabiti is now a top 5 guy. Yeah, you don't get the itch to still get in there again.
Yeah, man, I've been dying to get in there, man, for years, man. I've been 2020 kind of really messed up a lot in my life. You know, I mean, messed up a lot in my life. I was talking with Al Heyman about a fight in 2020. I had just got a contract from FS1 to commentate. And oh my goodness, that's the job I wanted, man. Wow. I finally landed the contract. And the day the COVID lockdown started, I got flown to DC for my first job under contract. And I had to get flown right back because COVID started. Wow. And that was it. That was it. And then now after that, you know, everything was shut down for about a year and a half. The director, the one who hired me and liked me, he left. So, and then they started coming back slowly and they were only using the top guys. I just got lost in translation, man, and it's sad business. But the Frank Mir thing popped up in 2021. Great, you know, it was great timing for me because COVID sucked us dry financially. I had my own gym at the time. So we were trying to keep that afloat. The PPE loan, that was crazy. We weren't one of them people that was scamming it.
Oh man, I wish you would have, because they ain't coming to get nobody. Well, and a bunch of people got paid.
Especially that first one. I wish. Listen, I heard. I ain't gonna tell you I know. I heard some people getting a lot of money out of that damn thing.
Especially in the fight community, especially in the fight game.
It was crazy. So we weren't able to tap into that. You know, we're honest. And we just paid our bills, but then the Frank Mir fight came, and boom, that was a lot. They paid me a lot of money to fight Frank, man.
They needed a big name to step in, right? Because wasn't he supposed to fight somebody else and they got hurt? I remember. Tarver. Didn't they have to pay you to get in there?
He was supposed to fight Antonio Tarver, but Tarver could not pay his suspension off. So they contacted your boy. They contacted your man, and I was like. They said, "Hey, Steve." No, Nelson called and was like, "Hey, man, you think you ready to fight?" I was like, "Who? What?"
Shout out Nelson Lopez Jr., baby. Shout out to Nelson.
I was like, "When? I'm ready now, bro." And they told me the situation. I was like, "What?" And then boom, it happened, man. I was like, "Whoo!" Talk about a blessing, man. Like the Most High know when you need something.
Austin, you with us? Austin, He might be muted. Are you muted, Austin?
I shouldn't be.
Okay, I can hear you now. There you go.
Okay, I'm like, bro, I ain't touching nothing.
For a second, I couldn't hear you. Did you hear that about Mir? You hear that story he was telling about Mir right there?
I was over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm glad that worked out for you, because you know you kind of paved the way, because I watched that and I was like, man, let me get some of that crossover game. Right. And then next thing you know, 2022, I was able to get into the BKFC.
Yeah.
And guess who called me for that? The one and only Nelson
Lolo. Shout out to Lolo.
Nelson like the CIA or something.
Yeah,
hey, he's definitely got a strong fight network. Hey, Austin, I would like you two to talk about this. Steve, what do you think about Austin's crossover and domination in the bare knuckle?
Man, I think it's historic. I think it's beautiful. I think it's legendary.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's movie worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this should be a show about my bro, man.
For real, there got to be a show. I told Lolo that last week. I was like, we got to do a 30 for 30 on Austin Trout, man.
This dude is a champion. He crossover champ, man. Like, stop. And not only just the champ, went and beat the pound for friggin' pound.
Yes,
dude, and made it look easy.
Not only that, first went and fought an MMA legend, UFC legend, Diego Sanchez, made it look easy there. Then came in and fought Palomino, who was basically unbeatable for years and years, made that look easy. Then flew over there and fought Franco, who nobody want to fight, a super tough fighter, and made that look easy too. And gonna make the next one look. I just want to talk about that run with you because I don't know if anybody tell you, man, but you could come in there and do some real big things over there, man, with your power game. Listen, with no gloves,
this, man. I've been trying to get into BKFC since 2020. I talked to Feldman. I spoke with Feldman. I know.
And they did Philly. They didn't talk to you about Philly. They just did the Knucklemania. That's your backyard.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, they should have had you in Philly.
Listen. This was what was explained to me. This is what was explained to me, and I kind of understand, because I understand this business. I spoke with Rodney Rice, RDR. He helped promote the Philly BKFC, and he was just saying, like, listen, Feldman's like, look, his guys fill up the stadium. He was like, you don't really bring a lot of fans, and it's about numbers. There's a certain number that he'd have to pay me, and he was like, he had to know that he can compensate that in the seats. And I'm just, and I'm like, I get that. I understand that part. But I'm like, right now in this era with social media and me with who I am and my accolades, like, bro, put that out. 2-time cruiserweight world champ Steve Cunningham, bare knuckle, bro. We gonna sell.
He's coming home. That's a show. Yeah.
We gonna sell.
There's so many.
Anybody who's a fan of boxing is gonna want to see that, and anybody who's a fan of boxing and a fan of bare knuckle really gonna want to see that. And they don't need to have Step with you. They could put a name that they think is gonna fill seats anyway.
Facts.
Cross from you. You know what I'm saying? It could be a win-win.
And I even told them, like, listen, I'll take a cut just to get in there, because I'm like, I want to get in there and let it be seen. And build, then we can build even more. I'm cool with that. I was cool with that. So last year, 2024, I had a date actually. I had a date. I talked to him, and he gave me a date, and then he was throwing opponents at me, and then it just all fizzled. So I heard nothing, and the date came by, I heard nothing. So I just was like,
hold tight. Something will come. It's happened to me a few times. We were discussing the whole fight. Talking about opponents. We agree on the opponent. They start talking about filling undercard, everything. Like, I'm already going for sponsors, and then they just like, oh, hold on. And then I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, a year later,
what I mean? We get a chance to go to Spain. So
that's beautiful, man. I bet you that was fire.
And that's another thing, not to cut you off, Austin. As they get into these international cards, me and Austin talk about this. You got an international name. You worldwide. People. So when they fight in a Spain or in Italy or Dubai, they need a name. They need that name.
Now that's where I'm famous at. Now I'm not trying to say that just to say it. Germany, Poland, North Africa. You know what I'm saying? All over in Europe, they know USS Cunningham.
Well, plus they don't know. I mean, you fought Adamek in the biggest, 3.2 million people watch that on NBC in Poland, and he's one of the most famous fighters ever out of Poland.
Love that dude, man.
So, and Eastern European, we have seen, Austin, how popular bare knuckle is over there with not only BKFC but Hardcore FC over there. They love it, man. And there's so many dope fights that could happen in heavyweight and light heavy with him in there. You see him versus Juggernaut, or my God, any of the top guys.
Great fight.
I took a pic with Juggernaut.
Trash. It's gonna be good.
I took a pic with Juggernaut and at the Jake Paul fight last year, and he didn't know I was sizing him up.
What you think, champ? You sized him up?
Yeah, I sized him up. You know, I mean, he was talking. He didn't know who I was and then I told him like, "Yo, I'm Steve Cunningham." He's like, "Oh, all right," but you know, seemed like a nice, solid dude. You know what I mean? I seen him fight, good competitor. But nah, man, I'm making it look easy, man. I'm gonna make that. Look
I was about to say, what you really think? Juggernaut's a tough cookie, and we've seen the Juggernaut do some crazy things with some tough dudes, but he says he'll make it look easy.
But he's like you. That's because Austin. I do think so too, because you and him are similar in this style. You're boxer punchers. Boxer punchers gonna do real good in bare knuckle. Guys with good feet, with good fundamentals, but got knockout power. Those guys. That's the kind of guy gonna do real good in bare knuckle, man. Because you ain't got to land but 2 or 3 shots, and it's over.
Yo, to be seriously, you clean one on that chin, on that temple, it's a wrap.
A clean bare knuckle on a liver is over.
Oh my god!
Hey, look, for real, from the Rico Franco fight, my ribs just got better.
Man, them rib shots hurt, man. They look like they're painful, man.
Just got better. You know what I'm saying? About a few weeks ago. So the bare knuckle it's intense.
Yeah.
But for me personally, it made me feel like that feeling when I first turned pro.
Okay.
First stepped in the ring amateur. It was like it was new. The butterflies, the adrenaline. It was. Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of fight. I've been fighting since I was 10. So I had just amateur fights. I got 40 something fights now professionally. And not saying I never get nervous, but every fight I would get nervous, but it wasn't adrenaline dump like that bare knuckle fight was. Yeah. And I know you started you had a late start in boxing, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I started boxing. I started training at age 19. I'm sorry.
Dang, so you picked up a glove at 18.
I picked up the gloves at 18 and got my first amateur fight at 19.
Was that in the Navy?
And that was in the Navy. And even crazier was my first amateur fight was against the light heavyweight champ of the Navy, who had about 60 amateur fights. You know? So my coach, I come to the gym and my coach, who's this old school, hard-nosed, flat-top Marine officer named Major Hanson, and he's like, "Cunningham, I got you a fight." And I'm like, "All right, that's what's up." And he's like, I'm like, "Who's against?" "Israel Spencer." That's the guy's name. So everybody knew Spence. So I just was like, "All right." I just wanted to fight. I've been training for a year. I wanted to fight. And he goes, "I had to lie though and tell him you had 10 wins and 10 knockouts." And he said, "That's okay?" I said, "Yeah, it's all right."
Yo.
So man, I got in the fight, and my thing has always been endurance. My endurance is what carries me, and it sets me apart. And I got in there, man, and this is actually a great example of that. And the guy was better than me. We were boxing, going back and forth, but he would gas out at the end of the round, and I would keep going, blah 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 blah. Second round come, he's a little more tired, earlier on. Third round come out, he was tired for the whole round. Man, I beat the mess out of that guy, and I got the win, yo. So before I could even leave the ring, the Navy coach, who was his trainer, had an application for me before I could step out the ring. Like, "Man, we need you on the Navy team." It's crazy, man.
That's one thing to get out. That's what. So did you do that your whole Navy career? Did you fight for the Navy your whole career?
So that was 96. I didn't make the Navy boxing team till 1997, 98, a year, that next season, because I wasn't squared away, man, in the beginning. I was with some knucklehead sailors, and I was coming late to muster. And when I put my paperwork in for that Navy boxing team that first time, they was like, "Nah, buddy, you ain't squared away." You ain't squared away. So I went and I guarantee I squared my ass away that whole year. And I put my paperwork in, boom, I was gone.
And speaking of that, Austin, Austin, so we expected Austin to fight in Dubai.
Yeah.
We definitely need to get. So I want to ask you this: the explosion of bare knuckle sports, popular is gaining popularity. You saw set the record there in Philly, 17,000. They have Mohegan Sun again sold out last night, huge crowd.
Right.
What do you think about the triangle ring over at the BYB? Have you seen any of that, Steve?
I saw the one Frank Mir fought in against Pulev. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, the triangle ring. Yeah,
that I thought that was interesting, man. That's very interesting. I
mean, it's a very small ring. You can't move. I mean, it's a very small.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're making you rumble.
No, yeah. And they'll give you a 20 count. If you get dropped, you get a 20 count.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
So most people make it. You got to either quit or really be knocked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, they really be knocked out though. They listen when you see these shots. It's funny. I love watching it. You watch it with a boxing.
Don't count the 20, bro.
Awesome. When you watch it with a boxing, I love watching with a boxing fan because a jab will knock somebody the hell out. It's just a jab. Shit, you ever been able to jab outside a bar? That jab will knock your ass out.
Especially they step on it. Man. Stop playing.
So that's the question I wanted to ask. I'm glad you answered that. The USS says he definitely ready for some bare knuckle action. He waiting on y'all. So all the organizations in the world, BKFC, BYB, we see you out there. You see the man right here. And I would also, I'm finding it hard to believe you're not getting any offers for any light heavyweight or cruiserweight bouts because, hey, let's be real here. You're a great fighter. They could at least look at you as a really strong gatekeeper type.
But listen,
they scared.
But they don't want it. They don't want to really.
They're scared of that.
Here's the thing. My friend told me this a couple years ago, and I just can't stop. He's like, Steve, you're not getting calls because you keep posting videos with your shirt off. Because I'm still in shape.
In shape, man.
I'm ripped up. I'm cut up. I show them. They know I'm right. They know I'm ready. So they know that gatekeeper thing, that's a big gamble. They know that's a gamble. They saw my last fights. They saw the loss to Tabiti,
that's right.
The loss to Tabiti, so they know what it is. And now they looking at, Cunningham still looks sharp. Come on, man. I spar guys here. I spar guys there. They know what time it is. Actually, I'm trying to get on this Philly team for the TCL, this season. And hopefully we can do that. I know Joey DeWaco, who just fought last week, is the heavyweight.
Yeah, but he just retired, didn't he?
He just broke his hands.
Yep, he broke his hands.
He broke both.
Okay, because I thought I read his retirement.
Oh, he retired from fighting. Period.
That's what he was saying. I mean,
oh wow,
they do it all the time. But I saw him and it's hard to.
That's interesting. So, hey, that's my move right there.
Well, look, Steve, I love you. You're my brother. You know what I mean? And I don't know if we have a heavyweight that's gonna deal with you now. We got Nagy Aguilera.
Honestly, I don't either.
That's gonna be a hell of a now. Nagy Aguilera, he's a sleeper fight.
Nagy's good, bro.
He's down, but man, that's gonna be one hell of a fight.
I got mad respect for Nagy, man.
TCL when Hitman versus Philly pops off. Wait for that heavyweight fight. That's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be fire.
So wait, I'm late. I just caught on to that. Yeah, so he's talking about the TCL, the league that you got a team in with the Houston Hitmen.
Right.
He can be on the Philly.
I'm the coach for the Houston Hitmen. This season 3 of Team Combat League, and he will be fighting for the Philly team.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
Like I said, the heavyweight fight's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be crazy, bro. Yeah,
speaking of that,
he's man. I thought I was gonna fight him in my heavyweight run. He was one of the guys that we were looking at, but my promoters didn't put him out there. We were just looking at all the guys, but I watched video on him, man. I'm like, man, dude is nice. He's nice. He's nice.
Speaking of that, last night, both of you, I want to get both of your opinions on this. We had David Benavidez, El Monstro, fighting the Cuban young sensation David Morrell, and he won the regular light heavyweight championship last night in a unanimous decision. Speak on that, Steve and Austin, if both of you won't mind.
Yeah. First of all, I hate that we call it the regular light heavyweight.
Right?
That's the WTA, right? And that's the belt that I held.
Right.
And as soon as I won the belt, that's when they decided to make up the super champion and give that to Miguel Cotto. And they're like, well, you're the regular champion.
I don't like it either. I hate the idea of a super and a regular. I don't like it either.
So
they diluted your championship.
It did, but I was the champion until they made that up, right? So it wasn't like I just won the regular. No. I won the full world title. Right. And then after I won it, I want to say maybe a month or two, they decided to give Cotto the super belt.
Why they give it to him though? He didn't, but you just beat him.
You should have had it. Oh, look, that's a whole other conversation.
This was before I beat him. So I won the belt from Canelo's brother, and then I defended it against, rest in peace, Rodriguez.
Okay.
And Dave, I think his name was. And then I defended again against Australia, and then I got one more defense, and I got Cotto. And in that time, they changed it from regular to world. And that's because Cotto lost. That's right. So I won the world title. Then they give Cotto the super title. Then Cotto fights Floyd for the super title.
Yeah.
Loses that. And then try to fight me to take my
because he needs a strap.
Okay. Wow. He wanted to get back. Yeah. That's crazy.
So I hate to call it the regular belt, but you're right. He just won the world title.
Yeah. So what you guys think of that last night?
Great fight. It was a good fight.
Yeah, dope, man.
Benavidez. I mean, just thinking about how he came when they first were starting to do promo, right?
Right.
But he was a little chunkers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he came, but then of course he did his work.
Yep. We froze up there a little bit, also.
Oh, I said he fought a great fight. He fought a good fight. I did notice though that his power didn't necessarily still carry over in the 175.
Yeah.
And I think he figured that out and used everything else. Exactly. And didn't rely on power.
Yeah,
I took the words out.
To me, that fight was it was a dope fight. It was great. It was good to see both perform because it was a highly anticipated matchup. The Cuban style boxing against the Mexican American monster. You know what I'm saying? Like that Benavidez style, bro. Everybody loves that. So my assessment is that Morrell, his inexperience showed. It showed. His Cuban style, the experience and creativity of that showed also. He was able to land some good shots. Stumbled Benavidez a couple times. That one time he stumbled Benavidez and he was in the corner. This is a testament to Benavidez. He stayed in that and then stumbled Morrell and on the bell. Boom! Oh man, I was just like, this dude Benavidez, bro. Like
he's special.
Man, he's very special, bro. He's a monster. Like he has the right name. He's got that monster inside him, and he lets it out when he needs to let it out. And but Morrell just didn't have the experience to overcome Benavidez.
Yeah, and the matchmakers might have got him there a little early. You said that earlier off camera, right? You thought maybe he needed 4 or 5 more fights against three tough guys, right?
Yeah. He need. I at least was he 11-0? He was 11-0 coming into this fight. I think if he had 2 to 3 more fighters that were tough, tough guys.
Yeah,
I think it would have helped him a bit more. I think he just needed a little more time in the ring to go up against, or not to go up against. He's able to go up against Benavidez, but to get in there and to win, because he was competitive too, but he just didn't have that over the top. You know what I'm saying? To get over that hump with Benavidez.
Well, I mean, he was calling for it, but he was talking that big guy.
I mean, listen, that's where that money at.
He talked himself into the fight. He got it. So he should have called somebody else out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and speaking on that, guys, do you think? And you said this earlier, Austin. His power didn't look like it translated to me either. He usually just overwhelms guys in the lower weight classes, and he basically running up because Canelo ducked him and won't fight. So he feel like he's not getting no money, so he gonna go up. Do you think that's a good decision for him?
I think it is. I think he can. I mean, because he can. Look at the weight. Look at how how much weight he burns down. He can get down to, and where he's coming from. He can go up to cruiserweight. He could probably do heavyweight if he wanted to. If he really got with like a strength and conditioning.
He's tall enough.
Right. If he got with somebody to put some real muscle, had him benching real, he could mess around and be a heavyweight, bro. So Benavidez.
I don't know about heavyweight, man. I don't know about cruiserweight. Yeah,
cruiserweight. He could do cruiserweight, most definitely.
Okay, so Austin, man, hey, anything else you got left for the champ, man? I mean,
Yeah, I was saving the best for last.
let's go there.
Hey,
Yeah, there
get
we
them
go. I
books,
love it.
baby.
I
Get
wanted
them
to talk
books.
about this comic, man.
Yeah, first of all, what got you into doing comics? First of
Yeah.
all, USS, what got you into that?
Hey, I grew up in a house full of artists. My mom was an artist. My brother started drawing because of my mom, and of
That looks
course,
awesome.
him being my older brother, I followed him. So years go by. I'm in high school. My major in my last 2 years of high school was art. I was scheduled to go, or I was trying to go to the Art Institute of Philadelphia, but I didn't fill out certain paperworks, and my mom never went to college, and and I missed it. I missed the boat. So the Navy recruiter came into my advisory class talking about the GI Bill, and boom, there I go, and then I get on the Navy boxing team. But as a boxer, I've always been drawn. So I say in 2009, I was at Chris Bird's house, and after a big fight, I just won back my #1 spot. And I'm in Vegas with Chris Bird, and I'm just drawing. And I'm like, you know what? Let me turn myself into a superhero. And that's where the idea started, right there. I turned myself into a superhero, made a story about me, USS versus Amir Mansour.
Look
I
at
put
Austin,
that
man.
out.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, man. That's a 3-book. I made a 3-book graphic novel about me and Mansour. And then I started on Austin Trout's book.
Yeah.
And this is part 1. I'm working on part 2. I'm gonna start
Rebirth.
working on part 2 once I land in Philly. And man, this book is my favorite because I'm getting better this is my 4th comic book. So I'm getting better as as it goes on. Like the storytelling is better.
Yeah, we got to get Big Face as a side character in there, Steve. We Big Face.
Yo, most definitely.
Big Face got me.
I got you.
But now, like he even caught my smirk, like
that's
everything.
a great idea.
He did it. He did it awesome. But I do want to talk about my character though, because
let's go.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Austin.
He's got superhuman strength.
Yeah.
Right. But the dope part about it is he can communicate with all forms of nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Animals, plants, you know what I mean? Bugs, viruses.
Yes, sir.
All forms of nature. And so like, and not to get too weird about it, but
let's get weird.
Yeah, let's get weird.
in Kabbalah, right? We are all connected. The ego is the illusion of self. So I feel like I'm me because of that. The ego keeps that illusion, but I'm not. I'm you.
Yeah.
You are me.
Yeah.
And we are each other, right? So like the only way to save me is to save you, but the only way to save you is by saving myself, right? Cup gotta run it over. If I'm gonna feed anybody else, I gotta be fed. And so that's in the sense of me feeding you by feeding me, and inside of vice versa. So being connected to nature, that's after we connect to each other, right? We're all one, kind of how we were at the Tower of Babel, except with better intentions, with the intentions of the Most High. Once we connect with each other, then we connect to everything that we have dominion over, and that's everything that was created before us. The planets, the ants, the animals, the plants, the planets, the stars, all that. And so it's because if you say God is one, right, and you look at the binary of ones and zeros, one meaning everything and zero meaning nothing, and then God is everything.
Yeah,
and all that we are not connected to now, and we've lost a lot of our connection. We used to be connected, living in the land,
understand
off the land, right? But once we get that connection back, it'll be stronger, and then that will be God activated. Or the God within. So that's why I love it that I can already connect to all of nature, and hopefully when we get deeper into like the next story, my problem is that I can't connect to humans, right?
Yeah,
like humans piss me off, and I'm always fighting against it because they're doing such trash stuff. But if I'm gonna save them, I gotta connect to them.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about the plot.
Oh no, we're gonna most definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
This next one gonna be all action, man, because you coming back for the revenge.
Yeah.
And oh man, it's gonna be bugs killing people, bears. You're gonna bring a squad with you, bro. It's gonna be fire.
Heck yeah. Do you remember that movie, The Sword in the Stone, back in the day, that cartoon?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I used to love that stuff. So remember when Merlin and the witch were having like the witch off or whatever it's called, and he said the rules were you had to be something live and can't be made up, right? And she turned into a dragon, and Merlin turned into a virus and got her sick.
Yep.
Something like that, bro. I'm like, everybody just comes down with diarrhea.
Dysentery for everyone.
Dysentery.
You get dysentery, everybody get dysentery.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Yeah,
So do you have any other fighters that you've done comics for that you're thinking of doing comics for? Is it mostly fighters you do, or is there any other subjects, USS?
So I right now the only comic books I have fighters for is me, Amir Mansour. My sons are in my trilogy. A couple other friends, in the boxing world, from my group back with Brother Nazim. I've turned Brother Nazim. He's in there. I'm actually working on his comic book. His introduction comic book, where this is where other fighters come in. Brother Nazim is forming a team sort of like the Avengers, and it's Cool Boy Steph, Danny Garcia, Julian Williams, J-Rock, and a couple other more guys. And Nazim forms this group because he has a nightmare, and he foresees these interdimensional beings. Trout, you should know this name. The Shove team.
Oh yeah.
The Shove team are coming to Philadelphia to judge the world, and they're going to judge the world in Philly. They're going to start in Philly first. So Nazim is like, man, we need a squad. I need to get a squad together. And boom, that's when he starts going around and giving everybody the super serum that makes you a superhuman. And he's picking specific guys. So I know J-Rock, I know Cool Boy. I know Danny, I know these guys since they were amateurs. I just asked them, they was like, hell yeah, man, go ahead. So we'll see what we do with this. It's just fun, man.
I mean, that's cool, and you fleshing out a whole universe, man. That's cool.
Fact.
Creativity, right? And you're getting back to your roots. You were started as an artist, then you were a pugilist. You did your art with your fist for many years, and now here you are back with the pen, man. That is dope.
So next though, I ventured into bare knuckle. I've got how did I forget his name? Oh my God. He fought the Mexican guy that was the champ. This was like 2 years ago. Freak. Heavyweight. Oh, I forgot his name, man. I can't. Where's my phone? I'll get it though.
Lombard?
Lombard?
Not
Lombard.
No.
The Mexican guy in heavyweight who was the
Hillbilly Hammer.
Oh,
Hillbilly Hammond.
Shoemaker.
Shoemaker. Okay, so we have a connection there.
I got Shoemaker in there. I've got Frank Mir. I made a character for him. I asked him. He's like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Shoe is a tough customer, man. That's a tough dude, man. He is.
I came to the fight. I came to a fight a few years ago at the Hard Rock, and I didn't know who Shoemaker was. I'm in the lobby just looking around. I'm trying to get my tickets. I'm trying to get my credential. I'm like, where Nelson at, man? And then this big guy comes up and he's like, Steve Cunningham, yo. And I'm like, yo, what's up? And I shake his hand. He was like, man, I'm Shoemaker. And I see him out there about to fight. I'm like, get the freak out of here. It's just crazy to be revered. You know what I mean? Because I'm from Philly, man. Philly, you could be great in Philly and they don't give a damn.
Austin feels that. Austin gets treated that way on a lot of cards because a lot of these young fighters, they see Austin. Austin's a superstar. He was a world champ in boxing. And he shows them, the young fighters and all the fighters in BKFC, mad love. And he definitely gets revered by them too, for sure.
It is a good feeling. You do something for so long and to just be recognized for it.
Yeah.
A lot of people a lot of their problems would go away if they would get that recognition too.
Facts.
Confidence. But hey, Steve, thank you so much, man, for coming and hollering at us.
Appreciate it,
there's a lot more we could talk about, but I'll say that for another day.
Yep.
Man, shalom, my brother. Shalom.
Before we let you go, champ, any sponsorships or gyms or anything you want to shout out, anything you got going on you want to shout out to the fans?
Just right now, man, just keep an eye out for my sons. Steve Jr., he is the real USS Jr. on Instagram and TikTok, and Cruz USS. on Instagram. That's my son Cruz 14. He's a 3-time national champ. He's working, doing his thing, trying to get back. He's getting back in, man. He's 14. He's got taller. It's crazy, man. He's about to be a real serious problem.
Yeah, they both can fight. Straight up.
Also, check out USS Comics on Instagram, TikTok, and follow me, man, on Instagram. USS is Legend. Check me out, bro.
Yeah. Living legend. Thank you so much, bro. We love you, man.
Yes, sir. All right, fellas. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Hey, man, that's a great interview, man. I learned so much during the interview, man. I've been a huge fan of his for so many years, dude. And I mean, just a great dude, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. Yeah, that was great. That was a good little conversation.
And you see the intricacies you get into right there, Trout, with that dude should be in the BKFC already. What they waiting on? It's the money thing. And it's like maybe he too big. You know what? But I think we're getting beyond that with the BKFC. This whole ticket selling is going to be moot point. When you're selling out every show anyway, it doesn't matter now.
It don't matter.
I mean, you know, them fighters didn't sell that Philly place out. Philly sold that place out.
Yeah.
You know, and when you go to Miami, of course.
I was just saying too, it's like Eddie Alvarez, I don't think he's going to sell that out, but
no.
He will, you know what I mean?
And the total event did. You could tell, and they were there earlier than normal too. Before I let you go, man, hey, you know we got the Super Bowl coming just a couple days here.
Yeah.
Who you got? There ain't nobody happy. All right, Kansas City. A lot of people upset. They wanted to see Jaden Daniels or they wanted to see the Bills, but we got the Chiefs again thanks to the NFL. It looked like.
Yeah, look right. The fuck.
So what you got, man? I hope that Saquon Barkley gets his ship. I hope he runs all over them boys.
I want Philly to win. You know, I like Patrick Mahomes. I do.
Yeah, man. My homeboy.
A lot of my people is close to Philly, and Philly. Oh, it just means so much for them. And who gives a fuck about Kansas City? You know what I mean?
They already got theirs, right? Well, how can you?
Yeah, it's three out of four.
Listen, right? It's like New England. This is 7th, 8th, whatever. It's like New England. At a certain point, people get fatigued of that. They want to see the big guy fall. Yeah. And who doesn't want to see Saquon, man, sticking to the Giants with that dumbass move?
But they got rid of him like that. Like, come on, let him get that ring. It'll be a great story. So yeah, I'm going with Philly. So
we got a big guest next week. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna allude to it a little bit. We talked about it tonight. I believe I've secured. We're gonna see El Monstro on No Doubt Sports here at the next episode, which should be a fantastic interview, man. Hey man, you got anything to say to the fans before I let you go, boss man?
Yeah. Just keep tuning in. We're gonna keep bringing all kinds of shit, man. And I'm gonna scratch more of those services that I was talking about earlier. Like we are one, and I'm not gonna get on the soapbox, but some things some people need to hear.
Well, absolutely, man. And I hope that you do take the time. This is your show, man. This is your platform. And I do want you to take some time and at the end of the show, man, give them your wisdom and hear from your perspective, man. You do have, as a Black Hebrew in this game, you have a unique perspective, man. And it is a humanist perspective. And I want people to hear it. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. I will make sure.
Well, my brother, until the next time, assalamu alaikum to you.
Hey, shalom alaikum, man.
Every minute with the fever dreams, I push a mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work like I got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's you lost. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Talk until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind, I'm in this fight.
At 1 minute 44 seconds into round number 4. For your winner by TKO,